Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now, how did you guys like the Sunday recap? I think I'll be doing that every Sunday. Just a weekly recap on XRP. But we can see XRP is on high 21 cents, almost 22 cents. And it has been stable. If we go to Mr. Level Up Suite XRP's update.
Hey, what's up everyone? So I'm going to give you an update for XRP. So about 12 hours ago, I gave that XRP evening update. Felt that there's a chance I could go down. I'll play this real quick.
Being a little squirrely, didn't break this pink line here. So it's it kind of moved down a little bit, touched that 21.4 area, somewhere around there. Yeah, 21.4. Do I think that's done? I'm not sold yet. I really am not. I mean, it could be, but you know, whenever I see these moves, there's usually these like two moves where it's like down, over, down, right?
So let me mute that. But you'll see, I go and I start putting that that fractal. I grab that fractal there, and I put it underneath there. So let's go to that fractal from that video here. So what I do is I actually have two of them. So I went and grabbed this one here, and then also there's one here where there's two drops. So there's one. I think we're good, but I mean, there's always that surprise one. So anyways, there goes the fractal I had in that video. So you can see it following suit very well. It looks like it's pretty much good to go. Doesn't need to drop as much. I'm just looking for the move. And then there's this one here too, which is another option, which if you put that in here like this, it would then, you know, come back up and go back down one more time. I'll try to keep an eye on that. You know, they're tough reads, but I'll try to keep an eye on that. That possibly could happen. That would drop us down to probably like that 20.2. But we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it. But right now, we got a chance to get out of here. So I'm gonna delete these for right now. Actually, I'll leave those on there. But I just want to give you the update. So that has confirmed that we did need to go down. We got our monthly wick, which is awesome. So now we got a wick on the monthly candle, which it just seemed like it needed one. It's just usually a high probability that we need one. So you can see it there, right there. There's the wick. So we'll keep watching this thing and see how it goes. If we come up here and start running to resistance, we might do just one more move before something happens. But right now, not fully there yet. We're bottomed out on the stochastic. We definitely have room for upside now. So let's see if we can get that, and I will catch you guys up on another update. All right, see you guys.
XRP looks good, guys. Now, lots of people are, you know, have different opinions. A lot of people are saying we're going to go up. A lot of other people are saying massive dips. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Comment down below. Now, guys, before we jump into news, I'd like to say I'm not a financial advisor, nor this financial advice is just for entertainment value only. This comes from XRP Jackson. That was a lot of names, guys. So we can see the Ripple net map. If you guys would like to check it out, I'll leave all the links down in the description below. Next week comes from XRP.
So first of all, And in our mind, by doing so, there are a number of things that start to happen. So, for example, if you lower the cost of international remittance to the minuscule level, through which you are able to encourage peer-to-peer sending money between each other. So for example, if you today needed to send 100 rupees to buy something from overseas, you're not able to because the transaction cost is very high. So we unleash a very different form of export and import, which is essentially not happening today, by lowering the transaction cost. The second thing, if you look at enterprise, a lot of money is stuck in working capital. So for example, if you are a supplier which is supplying goods on a 30-day contract terms and you're getting paid in 33 days, but now after a Ripple is put into the bank that you are essentially using, you get paid exactly on the 30th day. That means you have the 3 days of extra working capital, which is 10% of your working capital. And if you look at it on a yearly basis, that is 36 days of working capital that is available to you for extra use. So that's a cost that is not incurred by you as a business, or that is an opportunity that is available to you to get an extra customer. So to my mind, this increases the velocity of money in the system, which directly impacts the GDP. In some way, it is exactly what is being done in the domestic system. As the domestic system is becoming more electronified or digitized, and that flow of money, the faster flow of money, is increasing the GDP, the same opportunity we have in the global remittance space as well, where faster remittances, error-free remittances, cheaper remittances are going to have the same effect on the working capital cycle. And Ripple is here to do that, right? I mean, working along with the banks, we are working with individuals and companies to bring these solutions to them.
Ripple is here to do that. Lots of partnerships once again from Boy XRP.
XRP is having a summer slump. Do you expect a rebound in the fall?
You know what, I think what's really important is that any digital asset to be valuable has to be serving an actual use case. It can't just be speculation. Obviously, a lot of the market today is really speculative. But we think over the long run, it's going to be that combination of deep liquidity, market makers, institutional bets being made. But very importantly, it has to have a use case. We think the use case for the XRP ledger and XRP, the digital asset, is really around initially reducing the cost of liquidity for cross-border payments. Long term, though, we think it's a key winner in this race to be another digital asset for the world for all kinds of use cases. So that's the way you say it. It's a long-term play, has to have value, can't just be a store of value for store of value's sake, has to actually have a use case, and that's how we see this evolving.
You need a use case, guys. Remember that. And this is a long-term play. Next week comes from Goldface XRP. Now, buy gold with XRP is now accepting payments for gold and silver purchases in the cryptocurrency XRP. Look at that. Select Ripple XRP as your currency. Next week comes from Ian Northing. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says XRP will beat any bank-backed crypto. Again, today JP Morgan Chase became the biggest US bank to announce it will issue its own cryptocurrency. Comes from Happy XRP Xtreme Recovery Program. From XRP Thor.
And the last key attribute of a healthy liquid market is really resilience. And that is getting at the ability for a market to recover from a significant systemic event. So if there was some sort of a market shock, the ability for order books to get back to normality and tighten back to similar prices to where they were prior to that event relatively quickly. So
the Ripple has already stated what's supposed to happen. I mean, a market shock, and XRP is the recovery. Next week comes from XRP Crow.
But you don't need that. If you had this mechanism in every transaction, you could minimize the transaction cost.
That's the whole idea, right?
That's what the whole idea is. And that's what I loved about it.
Yeah.
I don't believe we need a international currency like that. There's no need. But there is a huge need to bring down the fees of the interchange.
Need or not, it's here. And
so
it's not,
the banks have not wanted to eat their own, to cannibalize themselves.
This is a
but
big
when you see
cannibalization.
pressure like Libra, do they all get on board pretty quickly and say, okay, wait a second, I'm not going to lose my market share?
Or there's going to be some mechanism of doing what I said, the calibration of currencies that's going between that can just, I mean, you don't need a Libra. You have computers that can monetize and calibrate euro to dollar instantaneous for a couple of basis points, or yen and all that.
You don't need a Libra. You have computers that can monetize and collaborate euro to dollar instantaneously for a couple of basis points. Now guys, we're into the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now this is quite interesting. Roundtable tweeted out, boom, future proofs past. We can see again the calendar, boom, week ahead. So we can see the connections being played out. Happy XRP, boom, the storm is coming 2020 is the year. See the bills right here. And then remember, it's gold as well. So lots of things to think about. This comes from Nicholas Zach. We can see, yes, from the global disaster will emerge a new era of progress, R3. And then what do we see right here? Bearable guy, 1, 2, 3. Yes. Now, Mr. Poole has tweeted a lot of things we can see right here.
So, the extension of the shelter in place, or frankly, I would call it forcibly imprisoning people in their homes against all their constitutional rights, that's my opinion, and breaking people's freedoms in ways that are horrible and wrong, and not why people came to America or built this country. What the fuck? Excuse me. People, the outrage, it's an outrage. But it will cause great harm, not just to Tesla, but to many companies. And while Tesla will weather the storm, there are many small companies that will not. And all people's, everything people have worked for their whole life is being destroyed in real time. And we're going to have many suppliers, and are having many suppliers that are having super hard times, especially the small ones. And it's causing a lot of strife to a lot of people. I think the people are going to be very angry about this, and are very angry. It's like if somebody wants to stay in their house, that's great. They should be allowed to stay in their house, and they should not be compelled to leave. But to say that they cannot leave their house, and they will be arrested if they do, this is fascist. This is not democratic. This is not freedom. Give people back their goddamn freedom.
Trust. Next tweet we have right here. As people start to disappear, we can see arrests. And then the final tweet for today's video from Mr. Poole. Lots of colors. Now there was music playing, but I had to mute it. We can see if we go down here. Great frequency, very uplifting, 88%. And if it continues in this way, it will complete in July. Swift headquarters, I'm not who you think I am. Again, 88%, so we're almost close to 100%, it looks like. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And you guys, see ya.
There's a documentary coming out in the next few months that alludes to the greatest of all time. The greatest wealth creator of all fucking time since Moses. I wonder who they're talking about. I've created billions, tens of billions, hundreds of millions, billions, tens of billions, and hundreds of billions. And there's no other swinging dick on the planet that can say that. Since fucking Moses. Before Moses. Perhaps that's why you're here. Perhaps not. If you leave here liking me, I didn't do my job. I'm going to say it again. If you leave here liking me, I failed. I'm going to insult you, whether you're black, brown, yellow, or pink. Whether you're a Jew, a Muslim, a Catholic, or a Protestant, whether you're agnostic, I take no prisoners. And as our lovely daughter would say, Kelly Pena, she says, Daddy treats everybody the same, like shit.
This is the beginning of the greatest economic cycle this country has had since World War II. And I knew the things that Donald would do, and he hasn't even fucking got started. But this is the eye of the motherfucking storm. The perfect storm. It ain't never going to get any fucking better. Never. This is perfect for the QLA model. If I could have written the motherfucker a prescription or a formula, I couldn't have written it any better. Low interest rates, money's free, you stupid fucks. Massive chaos. And Donald's gonna rip the motherfucking economy apart. And he's gonna fuck it for practice in a good way. This is it. It ain't never gonna get any fucking better. This is like a multiple orgasm the rest of your life, you fucking slags that are in the audience. This is it.
Sometimes I don't want to hear what Dan has to tell me. But as I wrote in one of my blogs, the old man, he's always right. Because he's telling you what you don't want to hear about yourself, but what you know is true. And that is, you're not stepping yourself up. You're not stepping your game up. And you get caught up in fear. As Dan says, false expectations appear in reality.